Sound of a delicate music box playing a slightly off-key melody. A sigh. Right, where does one even begin when recounting a dissipation of hope? It's truly baffling. It's like attempting to describe the precise shade of gray that descends upon the world when something fundamentally decent fails. You understand, don't you? It's all so terribly important that things be done correctly, with grace, with consideration. But some individuals they haven't grasped this basic tenet, it seems. You see, back in my village, nestled amongst the birch trees, a place lost to time now, you wouldn't believe the embroidered linens my grandmother used to create. Everything was about intention. The way you kneaded the bread, the angle of the sunlight striking the samovar, everything meant something. This was supposed to be a continuation of that, a pursuit of something better. I came to England, to Halifax, with such expectations. Shall we say rather elevated expectations? My family, very modest means admittedly, sacrificed everything. Every kopeck saved, every winter endured without new coats was all meant to afford me little any off future. A real education, not just rote learning but a blossoming of the soul. And I chose University Centre Calderdale College, Halifax. A decision I now recognize as well, let us simply call it a strategic miscalculation of epic proportions. A truly tragicomedy, don't you agree? It began, as all unfortunate events sadly do, with a subtle erosion of faith. The campus itself, it wasn't, shall we say, positively glowing with inspiration, neglected. That is the operative word, a loveless, gray expanse. Imagine, if you will, a dollhouse abandoned in the attic, dust motes dancing in the meager light, paint peeling, the scent of disappointment. You see, the physical environment affects one's psyche. It's rudimentary psychology, truly. A dreary space breeds dreary thoughts. And if the place where you're meant to learn feels like a place where things go to die, well, what sort of intellectual blossoming does one rationally expect? And the lecturers? Oh, the lecturers, a collection of individuals who appeared to be actively resentful of their professions. It wasn't merely a lack of passion, it was an active exhaustion of spirit. They wouldn't make eye contact. They would mumble as if sharing knowledge was some sort of shameful secret. They were, to be blunt, going through the motions, like automatons powered by apathy. This is unacceptable. The very purpose of a lecturer is to ignite a fire in the student, to inspire a thirst for knowledge. To do otherwise is intellectual negligence, like a painter using mud instead of pigment. A slight shudder, the resources. Darling, the resources. Outdated is a gracious euphemism. Antiquated is closer. I encountered textbooks that bore the publication dates of the last century. Imagine attempting to comprehend modern astrophysics using a volume printed before the discovery of Pluto. It's frankly insulting. It's as if they've purposefully sent me back in time. This is a university center, not a historical archive. Do you see what I mean? Then there were the schedules, and heavens, the schedules. A chaotic, ever-shifting tapestry of changes. One moment you're scheduled for a seminar, the next it's canceled, or moved, or replaced with a lecture on a completely unrelated topic. It was disorienting. Imagine attempting to bake a souffle while someone keeps moving the oven. The entire structure collapses. It's not just an inconvenience, it's a deliberate undermining of the learning process. A lack of consideration and frankly a bit rude. It showed a profound disrespect for our time, our efforts, our very lives. It's just inconsiderate, and the support. My dear, the lack of support. Understand, I have always been a diligent student. I've always tried, but sometimes one needs guidance. One needs a hand to hold, a voice of encouragement. When I struggled, I reached out, I approached the management with concerns, and what did they offer? A dismissive shrug, a vacant stare, a suggestion that I try harder, a pause, a sniffle, try harder, as if intellectual struggle is a character flaw. As if one can simply will oneself to understand a poorly explained concept delivered by a disengaged lecturer in an overcrowded classroom. It's like telling a drowning person to swim faster. It's not helpful, it's deeply callous.
Okay, so I was looking into stuff near University Centre Calderdale College, Halifax, just because, it's a place people visit. And honestly, it's kinda depressing what goes on. Businesses around here, they often seem a bit too eager to help, if you get my drift. There's this thing with building companies. Apparently, around here, businesses tend to just offer to fix your chimney, even if nothing's wrong. Seriously, they call themselves Nova Construction and Masonry Limited. Sounds official, right? They go around, mostly targeting older people, saying they spotted damage from the road. Then they get you to pay thousands up front for materials, promising to make your chimney look amazing as a showcase project near the college. But then they mess it up a little, then ask for, 25,000 more to finish. And just vanish. Can you believe that? It happened a bunch of times in January last year. I bet those people were just devastated, feeling so foolish and probably stuck with a half-destroyed chimney. And the company. They probably changed the name and started again, targeting someone else. It's just And it's not just chimneys. Businesses here, they also sometimes just take your money and run. There was this man, James Robert Dwyer, who'd offer to do small repairs like tiny little things. He'd ask for a deposit, then disappear. Or he'd ask for more money for materials and give you a fake receipt. He did this to at least 4 older people between July and August. He even used a fake name. I think, they probably felt incredibly violated, having someone take advantage of their trust like that. And Dwyer. He's been arrested, yeah, but knowing how things go, he'll probably get a lenient sentence, or claim he didn't mean to and be out before you know it. It's so frustrating. It feels like if you're visiting for the 2 weeks near University Centre Calderdale College, Halifax, you always have to be super careful who you let near your house, Don't trust anyone who just shows up offering to fix something. Seriously, it's just sad, honestly, people taking advantage like that. I mean, what is wrong with people?
The reality of businesses near University Centre Calderdale College, Halifax businesses near University Centre Calderdale College, Halifax, are a lesson in disappointment. If you expect competence, consistency, or basic human decency, lower those expectations now. The area is plagued by mismanagement, poor service, and a general sense that customers are an inconvenience rather than valued guests. Let's start with spas and salons. If you want relaxation, avoid them. The Highlander Med Spa Salon is a prime example of chaos disguised as luxury. Loud DJs during treatments, haircuts that leave you in tears, and massages that end before they even begin. This is not a place of serenity. One woman paid for a 90-minute massage and got 50 minutes of confusion instead. The staff, lost. The refund process, a bureaucratic nightmare. And if you dare complain, prepare to explain yourself 6 times to people who seem shocked that you expected what you paid for. Then there's the food scene. Restaurants near the college operate under the philosophy that customers should be grateful for whatever slop they're served. Pride Provenance is a masterclass in indifference. Tables sit empty while staff fiddle with tablets, drinks arrive wrong, and orders vanish into the void. One couple was turned away because they only wanted coffee. Apparently that's a crime. The food. Overpriced, undersized, and occasionally prepared by chefs who treat hygiene like a suggestion. Rick's Place takes mediocrity to new heights. Imagine paying for crab linguine and spending the meal picking shell fragments from your teeth. Or ordering lasagna and receiving a plate of tomato soup with a single noodle floating in it. The staff's response to complaints, a shrug and a bill for food you didn't eat. One diner with a nut allergy was served almonds, because who reads menus anyway? The owner's attitude, if you can't afford broccoli, you don't deserve it. Nightlife is no better. Switch Main Street Halifax is either closed or a place where bartenders creatively inflate your tab. The Peace Hall, a beautiful venue ruined by greed. Security treats bags like explosives, drinks cost a week's rent, and concerts start so late you'll wonder if the band got lost. One visitor had to rip the straps off her bag to enter, because logic is dead here. Pubs like the Narrows Public House offer all the warmth of a tax audit. Burnt fish, mice scurrying under tables, and servers who act like you're interrupting their day. One group was interrogated about their IDs so aggressively they left before even ordering. Thanksgiving ruined by bureaucracy, what a festive touch. In summary, businesses near University Centre Calderdale College, Halifax, operate on 3 principles. 1. You will pay for things you did not receive. 2. You will be disappointed, but no one will care. 3. If you complain, you are the problem. Travellers, be warned, this is not an area where quality thrives. It's a graveyard of good intentions, where incompetence reigns and customer service is a myth. Bring snacks, lower your standards, and maybe just stay in your hotel. Tell, 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 tell.